Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be playing a game called Sweet Dreams. This is a short horror game where you started to feel a bit sleepy on a train. Will you find friendship or will you find trouble? Let's find out. I'm pooped. Can't wait to just collapse in a nice comfy bed. At this point, it's a fight to even keep your eyes open. Tiredly, you pull out your phone to check your arrival status. Not for another hour, huh? This place is really out of the boonies. Your destination is Border Springs, idyllic little countryside town. It's where you were born and raised, although you have little to no memory of the place anymore. I want to go home already. This entire trip had been your mother's idea. Ring ring. Speak of the devil. Hello? Mom? A really redhead, piercing eyes, a successful, ruthless businesswoman. Even now, as she speaks to her only child, there's not a hint of tenderness in her features. Hi, Mom. Did you arrive yet? Not for another hour. I see. How's the ride been so far? It's different. Everything here is so outdated. The train looks like it was made 200 years ago. 147 years ago. The railroad never bothered to upgrade it. But it does its job. Once a week. Goes to and from the nearest cities for supplies, picking up occasional passengers on the way. Although people don't really tend to take this route in the first place. You should be glad it's still running. The only other alternative to getting to Border Springs is by foot. Thank you, Miss CEO of Trains. Still sucks, and I still want to go home. You're spoiled, that's why. I've coddled you for far too long. You do nothing all day but stay in your room and play video games. Time to get out into the real world. By shipping me off to someplace so remote, it doesn't even show up on the map. It's your birthplace. You'll be thanking me, Lee. Besides, you have Petunia there. I'm not even close with her anymore. Barely spoken since I moved. You get along just fine 10 years ago. Make it work. I have a meeting to go to soon. Let me know when you arrive. Bye, little phone. Bye, Mom. So much for that. You look around the passenger car. Like your mother said, there weren't many people taking this train in the first place. The passenger car was practically empty, and ideally, you'd use this time to doze off a little. Keyword, ideally. Aw, babe, I love you so much. I love you so much more. It's not like I'm gonna get a week of sleep anyways with how loud that couple behind me has been the entire ride. I'll just go to the restroom. Splashing some cold water on my face might help wake me up. You get up out of your seat and... Oh, excuse me? A familiar face looks back at you with concern. Are you hurt? No. Sorry, I wasn't looking where I was going. You squint at him. Just droopy eyes and nervous demeanor. Reminds you of someone. Have we met before? Are you hitting on me? No, I'm not. Sorry, it was a dumb question anyways. No, not at all. I'm Crow. He shyly motions to himself. I work here. Let me know if you need anything. I'm at your service. Right. You yawn in his face, but quickly catch yourself. Sorry, that was rude. I'm not yawning because I'm bored. I'm just really tired. You shake your head, hoping you didn't offend the poor little dude with your rude behavior. Didn't know what was up with me today. It's alright. You must have had a long trip. Yeah, I've been traveling all day. I can tell by those impressive bags under your eyes. Is it that bad? No, you're perfect. Oh, I know. How about something caffeinated to drink? It'll be on us as an apology for bumping into you. Black coffee. You can definitely use some caffeine in your system. I still remember that one time I drank 3 cups to pull an all-nighter studying for the exam. I can always rely on a nice warm brew to keep me up. That'd be nice. I'd like a... Interrupting yourself midway, you blink back the tears. Crow gives you a smile. Rest up for a little bit. I'll have your coffee ready as soon as possible. He starts to walk away. Hey man, I hear you're giving out free drinks. How about 2 more for us as well? It's our anniversary. The girlfriend cuddles closer to her boyfriend in display of, I don't know, showing off how not single she is. Crow gives him a polite smile, but it's a clear he's not quite sold on the idea. Sensing the imminent rejection, she turns to you for backup. Have a girly out. It's our anniversary. New drinking game. Take a shot every time she mentions her anniversary. Despite the girlfriend's nagging, you still feel obligated to assist her. But even if I want to help out, it's still really impolite for me to impose on Crow's generosity by asking for additional drinks. I'll have to turn the couple down. You turn to face the couple who are giving you that hopeful, expectant look with their big pleading eyes. I'll just offer to cover their part of the bill. That way everybody's happy, even if it's at your own expense. You nod to yourself, having decided the best course of action. How about I just pay for that? Well, I can't be disappointing our lovely patrons on such a special day, can I? The pair visibly perk up at his sudden shift in tone. So, what would you two like? I'll have some drought beer. How about you, babe? Surprise me. But make sure it's romantic. Drink made with lots of love. Oh, you're so cute. You're so cute. Sorry. Okay. I love you. Their mushiness and unabashed PDA makes you cringe a little inside. Crow, on the other hand, doesn't seem to be the least bit phased. Of course, a very happy anniversary to the lovely couple. I'll be back momentarily with everyone's beverages. Thanks, man. Don't take too long now. Having gotten what they wanted, the two go back to loudly cooing over one another. You slump back into your seat, relieved that the unwanted attention has been shifted off of you. Unfamiliar scenery passes you as you stare out the window. This is the first time I've traveled so far away on my own. In fact, I can hardly remember the last time I left my apartment, not since I dropped out of school anyways. Was the sky always this blue? I never knew how pretty it could be. You drowsily open your phone, hoping to send a picture to Petunia. Connection lost? It was fine earlier. You won't have much luck getting a signal from here on out. Whoa. You nearly jumped out of your seat. You didn't hear him approach you. Did I scare you? A little. Sorry about that. He gingerly hands you a piping hot cup of coffee. You grab the cup, taking the attentive sip. The coffee is rich and strong, smooth in flavor, with a soothing aroma. You blink. Oh, this is really good. He beams. I'm glad you like it. He motions to the seat across from you. Mind if I join you? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to overstep my boundaries. It's just, it's not often I get to chat with others while I'm on the shift, since we rarely have anyone else on board the train. He looks embarrassed and you feel a twinge of guilt. No, it's okay. You can sit down. Ah, thank you. You sigh. You just can't say to no to others, especially not when they have lost puppy look on them. He plops down across you with a sweet smile, and you're able to take a look at him for the first time. White hair, red eyes, long lashes, and a gentle expression. He seems so otherworldly. You sure you'd remember someone with such distinct features? And yet, what's it the weird sense of deja vu? Socializing has never been your strong point, but you do want to get to know him better. You attempt to strike up a conversation. So, you desperately grasp at something, anything to say. You, your eyes red, it says his unrealistic hair. You have white hair. Okay, that was bad. Terrible, even. You pray to every god imaginable under the sun that he didn't take offense to that inquiry. There's a small look of panic in his face. Do you like it? Huh? No, not at all. It's just a little unusual. I've never seen anyone with white hair before. Not even in Midport. Midport? The big port city? Yeah, have you ever been there? It's a little embarrassing to admit, but I've never left the Border Springs before. Really? From what your mom had told you, the only way to get in and out of the sleepy rural town of Border Springs is via this specific train due to its difficult surrounding terrain. You'd have assumed that someone with such easy access to transportation would take an opportunity to travel and work someplace else. Be a ghost, maybe? So all this time, you just work on this peculiar train, but you never left your hometown for someplace new? He sheepishly stares at the ground. I like this train. He clearly has other reasons, but his attempt as an excuse is, if anything, comically endearing. You can't help but find it cute. What is it? Nothing. I'm just having fun. Me too. For you, talking to others was a strenuous task. You often struggle with finding the right topics, the right words, the right way to behave. But with Crow, you felt strangely comfortable in simply being yourself. It almost felt as if you two were merely old friends doing some catching up. You haven't had this much fun talking to anyone in a long time, but although you wanted to continue conversations, extreme fatigue was starting to settle in. Your eyelids feel heavy and your movements sluggish. You try to blink back the sleepiness to no avail. Sorry, tired. Crow shakes his head and smiles. Here. He leans forward, gently pressing his forehead to yours. Oh. He removes his gloves, placing his hand on the side of your face. You attempt to move back, but he firmly holds you in place. Don't move. You feel the heart racing in your face. You feel the heat rising to your face. Instantly, a feeling of clarity overcomes you, and you begin to feel awake. With renewed vigor, you pull back, face still beet red. What was that? Crow leans back and smiles, pulling his glove back on. He rises from his seat with a playful Looks like that you woke up. Got a surprisingly cheeky side as well. Were you trying to shock me awake? You could say that. Oh, I forgot to finish up something in the other car. I have to go. He starts to leave, but you find yourself calling out after him. Crow. He turns to you, a little surprised. What is it? I'll be around Border Springs for the next few months. I don't have a lot of friends, if I'm being honest. But I feel like we can get along. So, would you, like to hang out sometime if you're around? Whoa, really? You nod your head. You can feel your face grow warm at your own boldness. It was pretty out of character for you to do something like this, and the nervousness was starting to settle in. But Crow doesn't seem to notice. In fact, he seems pretty overwhelmed himself. I would. Yes. I could show you around Border Springs. Yeah, that sounds fun. It's a promise then, okay? He holds out a pinky, and you can't help but laugh at the childlike gesture. You reach out and hook your pinky around his. Promise. Crow sways back and forth in excitement. Thank you, Lee. I'll be sure to make you happy. He pauses mid-celebration as if suddenly remembers something. Oh, I get so excited I nearly forgot again. There's something I really need to finish up doing in the other car. He gives you this sheepish smile. Sorry, I got some things to attend to, but I'll catch up to you when it's time for us to get off. Make sure to wait for me right here, okay? So that I can find you later. He waves you goodbye and exits the passenger car. You respond with a wave of your own before looking out the passing scenery from your window. There's a warming, giddy feeling in your chest from having made a new friend. Maybe this trip to Border Springs won't be so bad after all. An old friend. Okay, so now let's have the green tea. You could definitely use some caffeine in your system. My dad used to be obsessed with green tea. Time to see what the hype is all about. That would be nice. I'd like a... You yawn, interrupting yourself midway. You blink back the tears. Crow gives you a smile. Rest up for a bit. I'll have your green tea ready as soon as possible. Unfamiliar scenery passes you by as you stare out the window. This is the first time I've traveled so far away on my own. In fact, I can hardly remember the last time I left my apartment, not since I dropped out of school anyways. Was the sky always this blue? Never knew how pretty it could be. Drizzly opening your eyes, hoping to send a picture to Petunia. Connection lost? It's fine earlier. You won't have much luck getting signal out from here. Oh, you don't need to jump in the seat. You didn't hear him approach you. Did I scare you? A little. Sorry about that. You grab the cup, taking a tentative. Green tea is a rich, strong, smooth in flavor with a soothing aroma. You blink. Whoa, this is really good. He beams. I'm glad you like it. Okay, let's sit in silence this time. You did invite him to sit down, but if you're gonna be honest here, you're not a very sociable person. In fact, you almost have no interest in talking to the stranger at all. Curse my introversion. This is why you have no friends, Lee. You sit uncomfortable in silence around for a while, unsure of what to say or do. After a while, Crow decides to take the initiative. What brings you to Border Springs? Oh, just visiting. From where? Midport. Ah, so that's where you've been all this time. Big city. Yeah, I live there. There's a curious look in his eyes. When's the last time you came to Border Springs? Oh, wow. Probably like 10 years or so? I don't know. Why'd it take so long to come back? I instinctively reached up to check your bangs and still properly cover the scar on your forehead. Answer the question or avoid the question? Let's answer the question. You sigh. I got into an accident when I was a kid. I don't remember how much about what happened, and my parents refused to talk to me about it. But we moved to Midport shortly after. My dad wanted me as far away from this place as possible. Mom probably doesn't care though. She just wants me out of my room and out of her hair. Crow smiles. An accident, hmm? Stares back at you, an intense eye contact staring to make you uncomfortable. What was it? You nervously tug stray strands of your hair. The memory of the accident wasn't something you wanted to or could even revisit. Any attempts at recollecting your thoughts were met with blank or hazy feelings at best. And despite your parents' insistence, you know it wasn't some sort of freak accident. On that night, 10 years ago, you almost died. Shake your head. Why couldn't you remember? Something was evading you, pieces of the puzzle gone missing. There's one thing you were certain. You weren't the only one present that night. The air feels suffocating. What happened on that day 10 years ago? A hand on your shoulder brings back into reality, and you look at the crow who gives you a concerned smile. Are you okay? Take a shaky breath and nod. Yeah, I'm good. Sorry, I didn't mean to dump all that on a stranger. Crow shakes his head. No, I was the one who asked. Thank you for indulging me. Yeah, no problem. I'd love to talk with you some more, but I have other passengers to attend to. But I'll be back shortly to collect your cup. Would you mind waiting for me here until I return? Sure, I mean, there's nothing else for me to do anyways. Crow beams. Wonderful. Well then, I'll be back. It was nice talking. He rises from his seat, gives you a small bow before exiting the passenger car to the dining car, closing the door behind him. You watch him leave and fidget around nervously. There's something off-putting about him. You sigh. Never been good with strangers or people in general. He's been nothing but kind to you, and here you are struggling to like the guy. Oh well. I'll try my best to get along with him. I don't owe him anything for getting me a free drink. We'll just say our goodbyes after this train ride and go our separate ways. You stare out the window. The silence seems permeating. Huh? You turn around, peeking over to the seats behind you. The couple sitting there is gone. Must have gotten off at some point. No wonder it was so quiet. Look back at your empty cup. It's nice to have a warm drink, but if anything, you feel drowsier than before. I guess the caffeine isn't kicking in. You try to move, but your body feels heavy. Uh-oh. You collapse back in your seat, your mind hazy. What's going on? You try to grab your phone, but you find yourself unable to move your hands. Got a call from somebody. You hear approaching footsteps and a worried voice calls out to you. Lee, are you alright? Really tired. Feel yourself falling over. Here, let me come help you. Crow removes his gloves, pulling you upright into your seat. He nestles your head into his shoulder, gently brushing aside stray strands of your hair from your face. Poor thing, you must be exhausted. Come on and sleep. Just leave it all to me, okay? You can rest as long as you need to. I'll take care of you until you wake up. You mumble out thanks, too tired to properly process anything, but grateful for his assistance. His fingers gently sifts through your hair, and soothing motion is the last thing you remember before your vision blurs and the world fades into black. Your bangs have gotten longer. You used to be taller than me. You've changed so much, but I'd still recognize you anywhere. Do you remember our promise? You said you'd be with me forever. You won't disappear off someplace again, will you? You would. You'll leave me again. You'll abandon me again. But that's okay. You see, I've changed, too. I don't need you to hold on to me anymore. Because I won't be letting go of you a second time. We'll be arriving soon. Sweet dreams, Lee. There is much for us to catch up on. Ending 2, sweet dreams.